Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed news video. And in today's video, we got some news regarding the Roundtable for Undisputed that's going to be dropping, and how you can have your questions answered by the developers on the Roundtable video. Now, for those of you guys that don't know or that haven't been watching my videos, we did find out earlier this week that there was going to be a roundtable, or basically a sit down with the developers from Undisputed, and they were going to touch on a whole bunch of topics, from DLC boxers to a new updated roster of the new DLC boxers that are going to be added into the game, as well as, you know, the direction that they're looking to take the game in the next upcoming months. But what we didn't know was that there was going to be a portion of the roundtable video where they're going to be answering questions from the community. So why that's important is because you guys, the player base, the fan base, the community, can have your questions answered by the developers of Undisputed. Now, I'm going to show you guys how you guys are going to go about posting up your questions here in a second. So let's go ahead and get it started. So right here we got Cheerful Seahorse. He basically asked JX Shep, "Hey, when do you think the roundtable is going to drop? When should we be expecting that?" And JX Shep said, "Recording is on the table for this week. So if not the end of the month, hopefully early next month." So basically this lets us know that the developers already have a time that they're going to sit down and record this roundtable. So what that means is two things. We're going to get a lot of information about Undisputed in the next upcoming weeks. We really are. You guys know, if you guys have watched one of my previous videos, we are going to be getting a hotfix update, or we're supposed to, this week. And then on top of that, they're already scheduled to record a roundtable where more and more information is going to be dropped regarding Undisputed. So that's something to be excited about. Now, like I added in at the beginning of this video, they are going to be answering the community's questions regarding the game. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you guys how and where to post up your questions, so that way the developers can find them and that way they can answer them accordingly. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, my people. So here we are in the Undisputed Discord. If you guys are not in the Undisputed Discord, I'm going to be leaving a link to the Discord in the description of this video. So just click on the link, accept it, and you'll be added into the server here. So you'll probably be up here in Undisputed News. So basically what you're gonna want to do, if you're gonna want to ask questions to the roundtable, is you're gonna come down here to game feedback. You're gonna click on the topics to discuss on a roundtable, and you're gonna want to post your question right here. Now, every question that's posted right here is going to get looked at, but only a chosen few are going to get pulled from here. Obviously, they're not going to be able to answer every single question, but you want to ask questions, like the pressing questions, like maybe let's see, like right here, let's take a couple looks at some of the questions that people have posted. Right, so the homie Ara posted, "Will there be more iterations of the jab? Is there a reduction on the range in the hooks going to happen? Because currently it has the same range stretching as far out as a jab. Will there be a removal of the sliding jab?" You know, different stuff like that. And then you go down here, you know, will they definitely need to make ranked play 12 rounds? Then you got Crondon right here that asked, "I would appreciate if the studio could give us some context to the Unreal Engine focused positions they have been hiring for." So like different questions like that. None of them are too ridiculous to ask. You feel what I'm saying? So maybe you want to see something in terms of a gameplay fix. You can ask them about that. If you're a career mode player, hey, can we get something more added onto the career mode? Here's your time to ask about community created fighters, community sharing fighters, and stuff like that. Will there be community sharing boxers being added to the game? Is there going to be, are we going to be allowed to use created boxers online at any point in time? Different questions like that, So whatever your questions are, you can come into this thread right here under the game feedbacks and the topics to discuss on the roundtable. Ask them, and they'll get pulled to the developers. And if they're good enough, they're going to get added into the Q&A section, and the developers will be answering them. Now, why it's super important and why I wanted to make this video is because if you are one of the people that complains about the game, like I am, you feel what I'm saying? You're going to want to go in and ask the questions. Don't take this lightly, because everybody has questions for the developers. And I see them all the time in my comment section. They need to fix this. They need to fix that. They need to fix this. This is the forum where you want to go and voice those concerns about Undisputed, man. This is the place to do it, because the developers are going to be seeing these comments and they're going to be forced to have to answer them on the video. So don't take this lightly. Go in, post up your questions, post in what you want to be answered about the game. You feel what I'm saying? Go and do it. Like I said, I'm going to be leaving a link to the Discord in the description of this video. So please go in, post your questions up, and let's see if they answer them. You feel me? And get the answers to the questions that we all want answered from the developers. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button if you guys are new to the channel, so that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from, and I will see you guys in the next video.